In 1919, two young girls produced photographs that seemed to prove the existence of fairies. The images were endorsed by respected adults. Newspapers covered them. Even prominent intellectuals believed they were authentic. For many, this was visual proof that the supernatural was real. There was just one problem. The photographs were fake, and they weren't the only ones. Today, we're examining 5 of the most famous ghost photographs in history. Images that convinced thousands, sometimes millions, that the dead could return, that spirits could be captured on camera, that the afterlife had finally left physical evidence. We're not here to mock belief. We're here to ask a harder question. Why were these images so convincing? Case 1. The Cottingley Fairies. In 1917 in England, 2 cousins claimed they had photographed fairies at the bottom of their garden. The images appeared detailed, specific, convincing, and they gained international attention when writer Arthur Conan Doyle publicly defended them as genuine evidence of the supernatural. Doyle wasn't irrational. He was educated, analytical, respected, but he was also deeply invested in spiritualism. Decades later, the girls admitted the fairies were paper cutouts, held in place with hat pins. No spirits, no hidden dimension, just cardboard. But the real question isn't why 2 children staged a photo, it's why adults wanted to believe them. Case 2. Spirit Photography and William H. Mumler. In the mid-1800s, a Boston photographer named William H. Mumler claimed he could capture spirits alongside the living. His most famous photograph allegedly showed the ghost of Abraham Lincoln standing behind his widow. At the time, photography was still mysterious. Few understood double exposures or plate manipulation. Mumler charged grieving families for portraits with their deceased loved ones. He was eventually exposed and tried for fraud, though acquitted due to lack of technical understanding in court. The mechanism was simple. The emotional vulnerability of his clients was not. Case 3. The Brown Lady of Raynham Hall. In 1936, a photograph taken inside Raynham Hall in England appeared to show a ghostly figure descending a staircase. The image became one of the most famous ghost photographs ever published. It was featured in reputable media, but later analysis suggested long exposure combined with movement could easily produce the effect. A person walking down the stairs during a timed exposure. Blur becomes apparition, light becomes myth. Case 4. The Boot Hill Ghost. In 1996, a photograph taken in a cemetery in Arizona appeared to show a mysterious figure sitting among the graves. The photographer claimed no one had been there at the time, but digital analysis revealed a likely explanation. A living person partially obscured by shadow and angle. Human perception fills gaps rapidly, especially in low light, especially in emotionally charged locations. Case 5. The Freddie Jackson Photo. In 1919, a Royal Air Force Squadron photograph appeared to include the face of an airman who had died 2 days earlier. The image circulated as proof of life after death. More likely explanation? Double exposure or accidental plate reuse. Common in early photography. The supernatural explanation is dramatic. The technical explanation is mundane. But mundane explanations rarely go viral. Why this still happens? Today, we understand photography far better, yet ghost images continue to circulate online. Blurs, reflections, compression artifacts, and now, AI-generated imagery. The technology changes. The psychology doesn't. We are pattern-seeking creatures. We fear death. We long for continuity. When grief meets ambiguity, the mind prefers meaning over uncertainty. These photographs may not prove the existence of spirits, but they do prove something else. Belief does not require evidence to feel real. Conclusion. The most powerful ghost in every photograph is not hiding in the shadows. It's in the human mind, the need to see something beyond the frame. And perhaps that is far more fascinating than any spirit story. If you're interested in rational investigations into belief, history, and human perception, consider subscribing. Because sometimes the most revealing discoveries aren't about the supernatural, they're about us.